Are we gonna
grips? I got extra grips in the car.
Yeah, I know you do.
Ted? No one. Is this
I've been on a re-grip spree lately, by the way.
you have to tell me because this always freaks me out. Ted walks up to me and the first thing he says to me is, "I got a new golf grip." Right, and then literally the next day he comes up to me and he says, "I got a new golf grip." And it's the same grip. Nothing has changed. I mean, he doesn't change grips every week. He changes grips every 3-4 weeks.
But
I
you're
get
talking
3
about
weeks of it.
You're talking about the grip that goes on his club, not his actual the way he grips the club, right?
Oh yeah, not the way he grips the club.
Right.
No, the way he grips
the actual
club.
grip on the club.
Yeah, he grips the club. I don't know. What would you call that? Inverted penis? I don't know. How do you?
I think
what
it's
do you call that?
like I don't know. I picture somebody choking like a goose.
A chicken?
A goose? No, a goose.
Like a cut block shot grip that just goes nowhere.
Oh, can I tell you something? You fuckers got super lucky this weekend.
How's that? Oh, because you got how close did you
ready?
get? How close?
One putter head away from a hole in one, and that was yesterday. And you can ask Jimmy Mara.
Why are you so happy? It wasn't a hole in one.
It was an uphill. We never saw it.
Okay.
I hit it to the right side, and the whole thing slopes. We know it slopes. Yeah. And Jimmy hit a good ball, and we figured one of us was going to be closest.
Oh, you're playing like a best ball?
No. We're playing individual, but closest to the pin for some money. Okay. And then we walk up, and you see two balls. One's about 15 feet away, and one is a putter head away.
Wow. How far was this? How long was this par 3?
135, 140. Uphill. Pretty
So
uphill.
you're not going to like this story then.
You got a hole in one?
No.
Oh, fuck.
But a guy you know did. The group that used to golf at the club you worked at, they now go to they golf at two different places. They switch off between Schaumburg and Arrowhead.
Okay. Oh, Arrowhead's a nice course.
So Eddie got a hole in one 2 weeks ago.
Who's Eddie?
You know him. He's a Park Ridge guy. Well, you told me you know him before. I don't want to give out his last name, but you've told me before that. Oh, I know him.
Not Eddie Arana.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. Eddie, the other one.
Barzowski.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know Eddie. Yeah.
He got a hole in one.
Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, I just missed.
In their group. And it's 8 of them.
For them. Good for them.
And then next week, another guy got a hole in one.
Wow.
Well,
that makes you feel
back-to-back weeks. Two guys in their group of 8 got a hole in one.
So I'm on my way to the gym, and I cut through the golf course parking lot at TAM, right? And I got my windows down. It's a beautiful day, and this is what I hear. Oh my God, this is so exciting! And then one woman says to the other woman, and this is the one that just puts a knife in your heart. I told Mark this because he was at the gym when I got there. Is that your first hole in one? And she goes, yes, it is. It was awesome. And she's got to be, I don't know, 55.
Yeah.
At least 100 pounds overweight.
Biggin?
I mean, she's a biggin. Yeah. And that's what I got to hear. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Here's the best question, though, Ted. Was that your first one?
Yeah. Is that your first one?
As if she's done it before.
Right. So basically what you're saying in the golf hierarchy, there's whale shit, and then there's you, because
I haven't got a hole in one. It's I guess it's true.
You got real close.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got close to winning the lottery one time, but I didn't. That's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
So that
we both had hole in one, 2 in one day, right? At Novelty Golf.
Putt golf.
Yeah.
And if you guys are wondering what the limit is when you've had too much Jimmy Mara, 2 days.
2?
2. I had him for 4.
48 hours?
48 hours. I mean, because when you go on a golf trip with 4 guys or 8 guys or whatever.
How many guys were there on this trip?
There was only 4.
Oh, yeah, so you got a full dose.
Me,
You got a full
Johnny.
dose.
Yeah, I was worried when he called me on Saturday night.
Yeah, me, I don't know why he called you.
He'll call me randomly once in a while for no reason.
Yeah, he just called. He goes, I'm going to call Mark and ask him something.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
He'll call me randomly for no reason, just for no reason, and I'll see.
Well, I knew Matt was on a trip with him.
Yeah.
And it's like Saturday at like 9 o'clock, and we're watching a movie, and the phone rang, and I saw it was Jimmy. I looked at my wife and go, this ain't fucking good.
Yeah.
Something happened.
But is it bad?
No, and then he was just fucking
he was
around.
just for some reason he wanted to call Mark. I'm like, okay. I have no idea why, but so it's just the 4 of us, right? And you have, I mean, you're with those people basically every second of every day until you're sleeping.
Do some heavy duty bonding.
You're eating,
heavy duty
you're drinking,
bonding.
You're playing golf. It's
yeah.
But it's 2 days, and after 2 days, it gets too intense. It's just the same thing. It's like you, if you did coke, yeah. If you told me all your grip stories and all your stories, but you did it
coke
in a really loud and intense way.
Well, the problem is
that would be like that's what.
The problem is you weren't doing coke. That's why it seemed like 14 days.
There's
instead of
no
2
way
days.
that would have helped. There is absolutely no way that would have helped. But
You
yeah.
mean it's not like he was doing coke, but he wasn't, for the record.
No,
But
no.
he's just-
I'm saying
he-
no. I'm saying his intensity is like if
I know.
Ted.
I get
did
it.
Coke.
I know,
I'm not.
but I'm just trying to mansplain for the listeners.
I'm not. I don't know any of my friends who do Coke. Okay.
Well, plus you're in the same foursome with them every day because there's just 4 of you. So it's not like you're breaking
Right.
up where you'll get a little me time from them.
right.
Nothing against
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
actually.
No offense. No offense. But yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a real lot.
But you managed your emotions. You soldiered on. You were a professional. You trusted the process, and you survived. And here you are.
and
Here, Ted. Here. Okay, 2 questions. 3.
okay.
Did anybody throw a club at their ball?
Did somebody lose their composure? You don't have to mention
Jimmy
any
did not
names.
have a good weekend. and
Did
he
somebody?
but nobody threw a club at their ball. no.
Okay. Did somebody take their sandwich, hit it out of the sand, but not good enough, and then beat the shit out of the sand and all the land around it?
No.
Okay.
No. We're adults. We're adults. Yeah. No.
That sounds like you're a man of experience.
And-
not
and
Well,
nobody-
I had the pleasure of golfing with somebody who did that.
Yeah, and nobody quit because their cart didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one did that. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's just tough. It's a weird thing. Like and when we're done, here's one thing. I like tequila. So Jimmy likes tequila. He bought a bottle of tequila on the rocks with a little lime.
Yeah.
It was good sipping stuff.
I don't like the lime. I like tequila.
Would you
I
get
got a lot of it. at
Would you get
home.
Hornitos or something? else?
Cabo Wabo.
Oh yeah. I think I
Yeah,
heard of
it
that
was
stuff.
pretty good.
That's-
I'm not really a hard liquor guy, but just sipping the tequila.
That's
was
Sammy
nice.
Hagar's old tequila.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I
Sammy
remember
Hagar
that. I remember
started
that, yeah.
that, but I don't know where he got the bottle of Cabo Wabo because they haven't been a company for a long time.
It's Cabo. I think it was
Cabo
that.
San
Cabo
Lucas.
something.
Cabo San Lucas.
I don't know. I think it was that.
Cabo Wabo hasn't been around for a long.
It's aged
time.
then. If the company hasn't been around for 10 years, it's been aged for 10 years. Successfully, by the way, I might add. Very successfully. All right, couple of things. We talked about X-rated movie theaters. Not only are there X-rated movie theaters, but there is one in Melrose Park, less than 10 miles from this studio.
There's one on Lawrence and Kedzie.
But I mean like an X-rated theater.
Yeah,
Not-
the Admiral Theater has a theater in there.
Like sit-down theater?
Yeah, they've got an adult bookstore. They got the stage, and then they have another room that's
not
a
just
theater.
like individual beat-off rooms?
No, it's a big theater.
They have a large beat-off room?
It's a theater. It's like a movie theater.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this one is in Melrose Park.
So I've been told.
Right. So this one's advertised as a theater, a spa, and a party room. I don't even know.
Which is just code for happy
Yeah,
ending.
if you
That's just code.
massage your own junk, is that a spa? I don't understand that. It made no sense to me, but it was pretty wild, man.
Well, actually, now that you mentioned it, let's talk about that poster you saw on Harlem and Tui where a man has his arms pulled behind his back by some Asian woman, and they're advertising a massage parlor nearby, which is just code for it's eventually going to be closed down for prostitution, obviously. That's what, because, that poster, I saw it myself. He's just one tug away from a happy ending. Right? He's just,
That's
he's
going to be
going
you.
backwards.
That's going to be you in like a week.
no.
Teddy,
Yeah.
the
no,
guy.
no. I'm taking his picture and I'm putting it on top of that guy's
Okay,
face. I'm going to put Teddy's face on that guy's face.
I want that to be my screensaver. I don't want
and
it
it's
to
going
be
to
my
say right above it, all in one piece. It's going to say Ted.
I just want that to be my wallpaper.
Well, you know what's funny is the guy. If you can kind of picture somebody who's laying flat and then a masseuse.
Shirtless. He's shirtless.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing though. So picture you're laying flat.
It's
and
a
then
banner on a fence by the out front
In
of
public,
the massage
yeah,
parlor.
yeah, on busy Harlem
But what they're
Avenue.
doing is they're grabbing his arms and pulling him from behind and like bending his chest like
Torso,
up in the air.
torso
and
backwards.
It's a stretch. It's a
like
move.
like
Yeah.
reverse C, and it's one Asian woman sitting on his butt on his back like she's riding him, and she's pulling him back.
She's
and
leaning back,
and she's
yeah.
leaning back hard.
Kind of like riding a horse.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
almost
and
like
he's,
you're.
and he's looking at the camera, smiling.
Yeah, he's very happy.
and
She's
it's-
wearing a mask. She's full on masked and everything.
And you want to know what the funniest part is I pass this up every day on the way to work, and I've never noticed it.
Now,
I've
how
just
can
never
now
looked.
how can that be like not more pornographic than something explicitly pornographic?
I mean, she's not wearing a strap on. No, she's. I mean, she's
Well,
not.
we
banging
golfed at
him.
Tam on Sunday, and we drove by it. My wife and my youngest, and we stop. I had to stop right there. I go, Lau, look to your right. He looks out. He's like, what the hell? So we're sitting right, and he took a picture of it too. And my wife's like, what? And here's just what she said. What I told you. She goes, this is going to want to make people go here?
Yeah.
And I go, no, I don't know. It's crazy.
I didn't understand it. It's like it's not. It doesn't seem like a positive thing.
No.
It seems like something you do to someone you don't.
Oh, there's a
like.
picture on the other side of a guy laying down and somebody walking on his back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Again.
The other
not
picture, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I
And they
want
got
to
those
happen.
bars, like those, and she's holding on to the bars and walking on his back.
Oh yeah, so she keeps her balance.
Again, you're not the target audience for that spot.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
You know who is the undercover Niles Police Department task force?
I think
Why do you think I mean, listen, Ted, I know 95 or 96% of all massage parlors are pornographic, but this one might be one of the exceptions.
I'm sure it's legit.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. This is the Real 3 Idiots podcast, and happy National Be a Millionaire Day. Yeah. And it is not what I thought. It's Getting Better Spending Habits Day. I thought it was spend money like you had millions, so I'm pretty much broke right now. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys know this, but a freak off is very expensive. I mean, just lube alone is
Actually, it wasn't. I was actually. So, can I talk about some current events? I've actually been following the P. Diddy trial a little bit, obviously just via
Okay.
Yahoo, because there's no cameras allowed in a federal courthouse. So obviously he's being charged with a RICO violation, is what you would charge like organized crime with. And yeah, I mean, obviously he's a woman beater. He's like a modern day Ike Turner, and that Cassie Ventura, I guess her name is.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got him on video with that hotel surveillance, beating her up in the hallway because I guess she tried to leave a freak off early. But apparently,
What? That classless whore.
the funny thing, so this guy's worth. I mean, I don't know what he's going to be worth after the trial, but he's worth like at least $400 million. I guess he's paying these male escorts $6,000 a pop, which I guess is not really like a lot of money when you think about it. If you figure about $400 million, how much a day are you earning in interest?
So does the male escort get to bang hot chicks?
Here's Ted's rationale. The richer you are, the more it should cost for something that normally would cost X because you're rich. Now you have to pay proportionally to your wealth, right?
No, I'm just
So
saying.
you're saying this guy normally charges $6,000. The going rate's $6,000, but because it's P. Diddy, it's $60,000.
I didn't say that at all.
Yeah, you are. You're saying you related his wealth to how much he was paying these male prostitutes.
But that's what he actually paid, and that's
I
what
know,
came out
but
in
you
the
made
trial.
it sound like he's
Yeah.
cheap.
No, I'm just saying, obviously you're going to go away with whatever you can. If someone said, "Hey, can you do this for $8,000 versus $6,000?" he's going to take the
Hold
one
on.
for $6,000.
I think what Ted maybe I'm thinking what Ted's saying is maybe he should have got some $60,000 an hour male prostitutes. Why are you paying a cheap ass $6,000? I mean, I would pay a $6,000 male prostitute.
Here's the bottom line. So obviously he's got some serious fetish issues. So I guess he's hiring these male escorts who are urinating on this Cassie chick, who are having sex with this Cassie chick while he watches. I guess he sounds like he's a voyeur by nature. Yeah, he's obviously not a good person. We wouldn't want him dating our daughters. But again, what he's being charged with, I have not heard anything as of right now that would shouldn't put him in prison for the rest of his life. In terms of what he's being charged with, yeah. Is he a woman beater? Should he be charged with domestic violence? Yes. But again, that's not a life sentence. So like I said, as despicable as he might be, I have not heard anything.
That's not what he's being charged with.
RICO statute,
racketeering,
racketeering, kidnapping, human trafficking.
So I have heard a lot of people say that there's going to have to be a buildup of evidence, which it's just started, but there's going to have to be a buildup of evidence because throwing him in jail for as long as he is doesn't seem to kind of equate with what they have so far.
And here's the thing, too, that Cassie, I know people might not be popular. I'm just saying. She's been paid $30 million. So she got $20 million settlement from him, before she testified against him. I'm assuming that's supposed to be a non-disclosure agreement that she's, telling everyone, including Santa Claus, what happened, which is fine.
That'd be great if he sued her to get that money.
But then she got. What
if Santa Claus told more people too?
But then she got $10 million from the hotel for that assault incident. And by the way, when they broke up in 2018, the dude who's her husband right now, she met him in like a nanosecond. So again, you have to kind of question, I'm not saying she's a professional victim, but it seems like she's a willing participant in a lot of this stuff. She was with the guy 11 years. I mean, let's think about it.
There was some things in there that were kind of weird that she was like, I'm excited to go to the next freak off. That's a weird thing to text somebody who's sending people to piss on you.
Let me predicate it by this, by saying, I know like a lot of people say, well, if you're in an abusive relationship, why can't you just leave? And yeah, you're right in the majority of the time. But again, we're talking about someone who's rich, already, even before all this. She's obviously got connections. So at any point during that 11-year relationship, she could have just got on a plane, gone 3,000 miles away from this guy, got a restraining order, and never set foot in the same room with him ever again. So again, if I'm
But they're in the same business. I think that was part. I mean, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it.
She's her producer, yeah. So she had like a 10 like album record deal with this guy. But the point is, it sounds like she was a willing participant. And again, if you're the defense counsel for P. Diddy, I'm just saying
she
you
didn't
can't really.
participate. She wasn't willingly getting her ass
I
kicked.
think Ted's right. The problem that the prosecution's going to have in this case is that all these people testifying against him were to some degree willing and active participants in all of these events that he had.
Yeah.
So now they have to figure out, well, were they willing the whole time, or were they sometimes, or what was going on here? But these are all people that were doing it with him.
Yeah, and how come they're not charged with anything? How come they're not charged with aiding and abetting?
Well, he funded it. He flew the people in from like Belize, and that's the human trafficking part. He was bringing people in from another country to perform sex acts and pay them for
on a
it.
knowingly and voluntarily basis, and they're being paid for their services. Like I said, I'm not saying it's morally
I wish I was
right.
rich.
I'm not saying it's morally right. What I'm saying is, you're charging this guy with something that could put him in prison for the rest of his life. And based on
not
what I've
gonna
seen,
happen.
I just don't see it. And like I said, if he does get convicted, I hope President Trump pardons him. I really hope he does. So
Just a quick reminder: P. Diddy is black, right?
yeah. So
Okay. No, I just want to make sure. The odds of him being pardoned.
no, President Trump actually pardoned, I think, like some rapper in his first term, like right before
The
he
guy from
left.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Well,
So
let's just assume that's the only
pardon
black guy he's gonna
pardon
pardon.
Blagojevich.
Not a black guy.
Yeah, pardon Blagojevich. Yeah. So.
Not going to happen. And plus, they mentioned that Diddy might go both ways. That doesn't warm over the MAGA group, so I doubt it. But here's one weird thing. I heard this today, and I don't know if it's true, but that Diddy was paying people $20 an hour to wear T-shirts outside the courthouse that say "Free Diddy," and it was
Like the
literally
James Brown thing? Free James Brown?
Yeah, it was literally like just hundreds, I guess, of homeless people,
Yeah.
like no doubt homeless people, just wandering around, standing out there with Free Diddy shirts.
Now I would do it for $6,000 an hour. I would negotiate.
You know what? If I could wear sunglasses and a hat, I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I'd take some time off.
I mean, it's not if that listen, if wearing those shirts, if having a whole bunch of homeless people wearing Free Diddy shirts makes a difference, then I'm
I'd
kind of worried.
even
about
bring
that.
my own poster. Like free him. I'd have a shirt and the poster.
But last thing on Diddy, I think it's funny that I don't think it's funny, but I think it's unique that they're holding him in prison on all these charges because of what they found in his house.
Yeah, like
I mean, the things that they found in his house, they said there has to be something weird going on here. We have to keep this guy in prison.
but weird doesn't mean criminal. Weird's not
Right, I
criminal.
know.
That does seem a little
kink
weird.
is
Well,
not.
that's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, kink is not criminal. Having 1,000 bottles of baby oil in your place is not the same as having 1,000 bottles of fentanyl in your place or crystal
So
meth.
Chappelle said.
Yeah.
Chappelle said he made reference to all those bottles of baby oil in his house, and Dave Chappelle said, "I can't ever think of a time in my life where I actually threw out an empty bottle of baby oil." He's like, "I know I had a bottle of baby oil, and
Never
I'm
went
sure
for
I
it.
still have it, but it's still got baby oil in it." He's like, "I don't think we've ever thrown out. This one's done."
Wait, my question is, shouldn't Johnson make him the official baby oil spokesperson? I mean, that seems perfect.
If he gets off, I mean, I guess
think
if he's free.
They're trying to.
Yeah, if he's free.
He'd do it for free.
All right, so I want to do our word of the day thing, okay, where you guys guess, okay, and this time we're going to do, it's a brand new word. It is not a new definition of a word. This is a brand new word. I will give you the word, and you guys give me what you think the definition might be. Are you ready?
Wait, hang on. Let me log on.
No. Okay, the word is guyness. G-U-Y, guy, ness, N-E-S-S, guyness. What would be the definition of
Is it
guyness?
pronounced Guinness?
No, guy.
Gayness?
A guy.
Guinness?
Like a guy, not like penis. It's guyness. What do you think, Ted?
I'm going to say
Guyness.
something along the lines of mansplaining is my guess. Something along those lines.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
And
'cause
I'm going to leave it at that.
That's kind of the way I was going when I looked up the word, because I kind of guessed to myself, like, what would I think that this is? Yeah, Mark, guyness. The password is guyness.
The password is nipple. I'm going to say it has something to do with like size, like ginormous, like it's like big. It's like a guyness is like a big body of water.
Wow. Okay. I mean, not close at all, but that's an interesting take on it. Guyness for your word of the day: having an odd or grotesque appearance. That just seems shitty to guys. When I call it girlness,
So it's pronounced Guinness.
no, it's guyness.
Is it pronounced that way? Because
Yeah,
I
Guinness.
can never tell
Yeah, it's
sometimes.
Guinness.
Doesn't seem
So
to
you
cor-
looked
doesn't
at
seem
you
to
did the
correlate.
research on the pronunciation then.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
All right.
they
I just
tell you
wanna
how
make
to.
sure.
Yeah, they tell you how to say it. But yeah, isn't that weird? That,
Yeah,
that
whoever
just
came up with
doesn't.
that. Yeah, it doesn't even. It doesn't. There seems like there's no correlation between
Right.
that.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
so
have any correlation whatsoever.
I can't see that one like becoming part of the American vernacular. You know what I mean? It
Right,
just seems
because
like
if
it's so
something is
weird.
grotesque, you would just say it's grotesque.
Yeah, you know, it sounds like some troll, internet troll, just made some shit up and put their own stuff on it and pretend it's real, right? Just like most people do on the internet, right? So-
All right. If you enjoyed the episode, if you learned something today, please consider following the show, subscribing to your favorite, not your least favorite, but your favorite podcast platform, or leaving a 12-star review. Just go fucking crazy. Say, click on 5 stars, and then just say, I would have added 7 more stars if I could have. This helps the podcast more than I can say. This allows us to reach more and more people and would mean the world to us. Also, visit our website at voteforted.com. That's FORE, like what Ted yells when he's about to hit you. Or just Google The Real 3 Idiots Podcast. Hot damn. All right, Teddy, we've got a tip for you. Mark, you want to do song first or tip first?
Well, I'll do the tip. I'll do the song before the tip, but you got an ad.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the oh, I'm sorry. That's what I meant, the ad first.
Yeah, do
Okay.
the ad.
All right. Ted's tips are sponsored by Jerry's Semen Barn. Are you looking for hard-to-find animal semen? Well, Jerry's Semen Barn has the hardest-to-get animal semens. Do you need rhinoceros semen, worm semen, or the impossible-to-find vampire crab semen? Jerry's Semen Barn has them all. They guarantee no matter what animal you want, you will have its semen within 24 hours after you order. And if you act now, you can get their 2-for-1 semen special. That's right, any 2 animal semens for the price of 1. Don't wait. Go to jerrysemenbarn.com, and in no time, you'll be swimming in semen, if that's your thing.
Did you say Siemens at some point?
Yeah, different semens.
Oh, because I thought semen
So
was
if you had
singular and
if you
plural.
had semen from multiple things, it'd be Siemens.
Well, because Ted was in the Navy, he spells semen with an A.
No, this is just 2 E's. Yeah, this is just it's,
Well, 2 E's. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
yeah. They have different Siemens. Yeah, right. Different. Yeah, that makes sense. Does that not make sense to you?
No, I think semen is singular and plural. So you just have to say semen.
Well, you are a seaman, so you would
Okay, so next week's word will be Siemens.
That's you meant sperm sample.
I don't, Ted. I just read the shit they send to me. I just fucking read it.
That's true. You are
Yeah.
you are a compensated endorser. My mistake. So
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, Mark, sing us a song, you piano man.
Ted, she said, have you got a little tip for me? What I thought was a problem was nothing new to you. Wow, you were sitting with your crown alone at age 13. Your little mind was dying. Sorry you didn't see it, but I'm glad you talked. Oh, Ted's tip in life. Yeah. Oh, Ted's tip in life. Yeah. Little Eddie Vedder, little Pearl Jam.
Wow.
Ted's tip in life.
Oh
like it?
man, I like that. When you hit the chorus right there, that you really went after it, man. That
I
was
tried to
nice.
get Eddie to come in and do it, but he wouldn't do it. And he wouldn't even phone it in. So
I could phone
he's
it
out in
in.
California right now.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are friends. That's cool. All right, Ted, are you ready for your tip?
yes.
All right, short and sweet, Teddy. Excuse me. Ted, I just had my 50th birthday and have decided to put together a bucket list of things to do before I leave this earthly plane. My friends have weighed in on with their ideas. What are some things you think should be on my list? Kabir, Bangalore, India.
Hey, how you doing, India? Like that. That's a
Hello,
good question.
what did who was it that Hello India? Was that
No, you're thinking of Hello Vietnam. You're thinking of Robin Williams.
No. Who's the guy? There was a guy who was every time he'd
know,
do something.
radio.
Hello, India.
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever.
All right.
Fuck that. All right.
Anyway,
Hello.
Kabir.
Kabir.
Okay. Hey,
Kabir.
Kabir. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good question. I guess we could all, kind of take a tip from that question as well. But yeah, I would say first thing on your bucket list is your 5-year plan. Don't die.
Fuck, if I hear that one more time, I swear to God, Ted.
I just got to say that.
That is on the list of things that every time you say it, I want to punch you in the face.
The 5-year plan.
Yeah, 5-year plan, don't die. Fuck. Okay.
Anyway,
Ted.
all right. So here's the things not to do. Here's the things not to do for your bucket list because you're 50 and you got to realize your own mortality. You don't want to go hang gliding, parasailing, or base jumping, or any of that silly stuff where it seems really cool, or even some hardcore zip
And you could
lining.
have like a heart attack and die?
or you could just,
Hardcore ziplining.
or you could snap your femur in half.
Sir,
So yeah.
sir, we could attach you by your body or your penis.
Yeah.
Would you like the hardcore? I want it hardcore,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, don't be that guy. Okay, so anyway, I would just say, you know what? This is not going to sound politically correct, but okay,
Oh, my God.
maybe get yourself a good hooker or 3, for at least 2 hours, just to, and just take your time.
I thought you were going somewhere else.
No
man.
more wham bam, thank you ma'am stuff. Yeah, take your time.
What do you mean, like a tow truck driver?
Say, like hook his car?
Oh, a prostitute.
Yeah,
So you're
Yeah,
saying
an
like
escort.
get a couple of prostitutes
yeah, an escort.
and just like make
Yeah.
a day of it.
Yeah, just make a day of it. You don't have to even have like hardcore. You could just go out and
Okay, so that's
flitter
one.
about.
So that's one.
That's
thing.
one. That's one. Okay. Take an African safari tour. I always want to do that, like African safari, where you're kind of
Our
in
buddy Johnny Konopinski.
Yeah,
did
so
that.
you're in an open Jeep. So there's 2 types of safaris, on my understanding. Like there's one you're in an enclosed Jeep, and there's one you're in an open Jeep. So the Rangers are in back to the Jeep with the with the AK-47s, and yeah, you're actually going through the African Serengeti.
So there's one where you're going to live, and there's one where you're probably going to die.
There's
What
one.
do you see? Just make shit up.
No, that's real. So yeah, there's 2 safaris.
think that's accurate.
There's actually like a safari you're in.
But they don't have an AK-47.
No, I mean, but they have a rifle. They have a rifle.
That's like the worst
yeah, but
gun
they have
you could have in the jungle.
They have obviously like a high-powered rifle.
Yeah, they have a gun.
Because obviously, as you know, a cheetah or a lion or a tiger, or there's no tigers out there, but obviously a lion can
We're
sprint.
not worried about the cheetahs. They come in there and fucking cuddle.
And the
with you.
leopard, So the leopard can obviously
They do.
sprint and then jump like from a standing position like 10 feet, so they can be on you in 2 seconds. So obviously, you got to have the
Do
protection
you think?
there.
Do you think a leopard would attack a truck? That seems
No.
like they would have enough sense to be like, I can't.
They're
I can't
worried
eat
about
that.
the rhinos.
Just in case something goes wrong. Actually, there was a case I think just within the last few months, some woman, and actually I think it was negligence on the part of the safari, just to divert for a second, but she went on an African safari tour with her husband. She's like 70, and apparently that she wandered off the trail, and the guides like left her, and then she inadvertently wandered into like a hippo area that was like with the babies there, and obviously that triggered a really aggressive response from the hippo, and she got trampled to death right
Okay,
there. Yeah,
so
they're
wait a minute,
worried.
wait a
They're
minute.
worried about water buffalo.
Cape,
Yeah.
Cape Buffalo.
Buffalo,
yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
So you have to worry about someone who is so stupid that they wander off in an African safari and then wander into a group of rhinoceri.
No, of hippos.
Hippos?
which are actually the most aggressive.
Hippopie?
Which are actually more aggressive than lions. So actually, I think hippos actually kill more people.
I'm actually surprised.
than lions
I'm actually surprised
and
somebody who would do
elephants.
that could live to 70. I feel like they should have been dead at about 7.
Well, it's the first. We don't have hippos here, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
if we had
just
hippos
fucking
here, she
stupid.
would have been dead at 7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like she would just wander over to the
Yeah.
the wrong side of town.
Well, it's inadvertent,
And,
but
yeah.
obviously there was a confluence of events. So it's part of it was like the guides leaving her and her husband on her own for just like a few minutes, and then her just kind of wandering. I'm
And
not
her
saying
being just
It would have been great if they ate her.
do hippos
I don't
eat?
know.
no. I think they're
like-
vegetarian.
Yeah, I think they're
Yeah,
vegetarian.
yeah. But that
Maybe
doesn't
she
mean
had some vegetables.
that doesn't mean
I
you
do
want
like those videos.
That doesn't mean you
Did
wanna
see
get
the
near
videos
one.
of the hippos. They feeding the hippos.
Oh, yeah.
Watermelons and pumpkins.
Yeah, they put the whole
yeah.
watermelon in their mouth. It's pretty
Okay,
cool.
so Teddy, what can he do? What
Okay,
can he
so
do?
African safari. Maybe revisit an old girlfriend and just see. No, I mean, I'm not. No, just to say, hey, what's
Give it the
going on
old
with your
baloney
life?
pony.
Just hey, what happened?
Bucket list, really?
Just to get some closure. Yeah, never know.
Ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, ex-girlfriend. Yeah.
So hold on a second. So maybe like a high school broad you didn't bang. So he just come on over and say, listen, man, put together. Listen, I just want to explain this. This isn't weird, but I put together a bucket list, and on the list was bang Susan. Yeah. So I mean, are you cool with that? Would you
Yeah.
be cool?
Or just find out like
Kabir.
or do like an exit survey saying, well, why didn't you bang me? Why did you bang this guy instead of me? Just to get some closure. In case you were wondering that.
Oh, then you're Jenna Bush. I saw she did a thing where she has a some kind of birthmark on her leg, and she told a story this week on whatever stupid ass show she's on that her 7th grade boyfriend dumped her because of that. This is still trauma to her. Like somebody gives a shit.
Yeah.
I just thought it was
It's like
really
Taylor Swift 2.0.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Okay,
Sorry,
anyway,
go
so
ahead,
continuing, try some new exotic foods that you may not have tried before. Go to Japan, go to South Korea, go somewhere, China, where they got some food that's indigenous to whatever region that's obviously not India, and try something you never tried before.
You know,
He's Indian. He's not going to China.
yeah, you could.
They don't let him out of China.
Yeah, but you could go to like a big city, and
Yeah.
a big city like Chicago has lots of different restaurants. You could come for like a food visit. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
Like a
also
food tour.
That's probably a thing. Yeah, like a food tour, right?
Because in India,
Ted gives him advice to go to another country from India.
'Cause-
and he gets captured.
You know, what about North Korea? I've heard they got really good food. There. The best, according to according to the leader, best food ever.
well, some people they don't like people who got captured.
I
I don't like people who got
don't,
captured.
don't,
Okay.
don't.
Anyway, so long story short, so try some exotic foods, and you know what? Go ahead and surf your favorite porn channel with the volume turned way up.
This is
What
a
the
bucket
heck?
list thing.
What the heck? You know,
It's still-
take
I
it
don't-
off of
Do you
mute.
understand what a bucket list is?
Yes. Okay. Last thing. Hold on. Go to Vegas and put it all in red or black, and then go see our burlesque show. You know.
Okay. I mean, these are Ted's ideas. I mean,
Yeah.
I
It's not
Mark-
all inclusive. It's
Mark,
they're just
when I saw
Here's
this,
here's a list that I heard. Go to an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet. Visit your ex-girlfriend, and go to a casino.
Wait,
that
you
was
forgot-
that was his bucket list.
you forgot get some whores.
Oh yeah, and get a prostitute while you're at it. That's what I heard. He could do all that in fucking Chicago. Just come to Chicago, go to Rivers, hit the China buffet.
Oh my God, that'd be fucking great. That'd be what's your thing? I don't know. Maybe get like I don't know, super drunk. Get a couple of hookers. I don't know. Go to like a Chinese food place, and then I don't know. Go back home. There you go.
or go to the top of whatever the highest peak in India is without dying, of course, and maybe something you haven't visited. Go to Machu Picchu, right?
Oh, that's where our buddy Stan
yeah,
went.
Yeah, exactly. Go somewhere. Go to visit one of the original seven wonders of the ancient
Where,
world,
where do you think that is, Machu Picchu?
It's in Peru.
Peru.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Why, we're not that stupid.
Well, he said India. Go to the highest peak in India.
Yeah, or do that too. Go somewhere you just
No,
go somewhere
he
you
knew
never been
because Stan was telling us that.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, what would you add? What would be a couple of bucket list things? I mean, obviously the hookers, but let's pretend like Ted already said
I'm
that.
not
so-
good at this
Oh, and by
because
the
I
way-
really don't have. I mean, I don't know.
Last tip: when you're getting those hookers, make sure you're wearing your Iowa sweatpants, your official Iowa sweatpants, because they are super comfy.
Well, now you took them from your daughter. You took them back.
No, I got new ones.
Take them from your kid.
Order them online from the bookstore.
So you're sharing those pants with your daughter.
no.
No, you know what? I'd like to honestly. I'd like to visit a couple of different countries.
I would do something like that, but that seems kind of like lame, right? Compared to some people's bucket list, like
Well, no, I mean, there's so many places. Like I'm seriously, I'm
very
jonesing to
personal,
go
though,
to.
right? It's personal.
I'm jonesing to go to Iceland.
Yeah, or just that
I
whole
really-
that whole.
I just want to be there. And what was the place we talked about that had 24 hours a day?
Oh yeah, we just talked. I
we
can't
just talked
remember.
about that
Yeah.
last week.
But what's that
right?
whole
Or
area?
week
What's
before.
that whole area called? It's in Scandinavia.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
in Norway.
That's in Norway.
To
yeah.
visit the Scandinavian countries and say golf in New Zealand or something or whatever.
See,
when it's
I'd like to go
1 in
down
the
under.
morning.
I'd like to go to Australia or New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd
I'd
actually
like.
rather
You know,
go to
here's
New
what I'd
Zealand
like to do.
than
I'd
Australia.
like to go to New Zealand and refer to all of them as Australians, and then go to Australia
incorrectly?
and refer to all of them as
just
what
be
do they call 'em?
Incorrect guy.
because they hate that.
They hate that. I mean,
Oh my God,
they're
yeah,
right
dude.
next to each other. What the fuck? That's like saying somebody's from Michigan and Indiana. I mean,
Dude, if somebody from New Zealand, you accuse them of being Australian, it's fucking over.
Oh, didn't you do that at a golf outing? You're razzing this guy. I'm not gonna mention his name, but you said, "Hey, he's You kept
that was our buddy Kelvin.
Yeah, but you kept
Oh,
ragging
yeah,
on him.
that's
you kept
Calvin's
ragging.
from New Zealand.
Yeah, but you kept ragging on him. But then he said, "Oh,
yeah, but I thought he was Irish.
yeah."
Oh, yeah. And I go, I told him, I go,
That's funny.
yeah, I go, then, he can be like a drunken fucking Irishman. And he looks at me, he goes, yeah, they suck. And I'm like, I'm talking about you. He goes, I'm not from Ireland. I'm from New Zealand.
See,
Yeah,
he just
Yeah,
served you.
I-
He
I'm
just,
just like-
it's
he just served you
quite
up.
offensive when somebody yeah, it is. I swear to God, it's
No,
a thing.
no, I believe you.
So
I,
that would be my thing.
yeah, okay. I completely and totally believe you. I just, I didn't know that was a thing. All right. I gotta say this because I just found this out, and this is so fucking weird that it needs to be said. Do you realize Donald Trump has hired 23 people from Fox News to work in the White House? 23, not 2, not 3, 23 people.
Yeah, most of them are in his cabinet.
Yeah.
Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense.
Yeah, he just hired some some crazy, really icky woman, Pereiro or something. to
Oh,
be
Janine Pereiro.
Yes, the district attorney for D.C.
Yeah, Alina Habib, who was, I guess, his personal attorney during one of his trials. Like, she's like the district attorney
Yeah,
of New
but
York
this
now,
woman
so.
that he hires is not an attorney.
She was.
Yeah, she was an attorney.
She was.
She was a judge. She was a judge.
She actually
was a
got
judge.
shit canned.
She was a judge.
Yeah, so this is kind of
Well,
funny.
who am I thinking of? There's somebody he hired that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
she's really an
obviously,
attorney.
I'm sorry, the attorney general.
Yeah, of District
Pam
of Columbia.
Bondi. Pam Bondi is the attorney general. Of the
I
United
believe
States.
she's an attorney.
She was
also.
an attorney.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
you
the
have to be
surgeon's
an
general.
attorney.
The surgeon's general.
Never did
Not
any
a
surgery?
doctor. No, not a doctor.
Yeah, I mean,
Didn't go to medical
Not a
school.
medical
nothing.
doctor.
Yeah, neither
The
is
head doctor.
RFK
There's the head of
Jr.
HHS.
Yeah.
Well, he did. I mean, at least he did drugs.
RFK Jr.
Yeah. He was a heroin addict for 17 years.
He could,
So he knows-
he
he
could
knows what's
tell
up.
you
Yeah.
about well, but he spins it as a very positive thing. That's the weird thing. Like drugs are bad. And he does one of these. Well, not all drugs. I mean,
He said you
heroin
shouldn't-
made me a
He
genius
said you
in
shouldn't take
college.
advice from him. That's what he said to Congress when they were talking.
That's a true statement.
Yeah.
I believe that every time I hear him talk. I believe.
No,
that.
they asked him, would you, if you had a kid right now, would you give him a measles vaccine? And he wouldn't answer the question. He just said, yeah, I don't take medical advice from me. So he just left it at that. Got to make your own choices.
Can't make this shit up, dude.
I mean, if
The head
you don't
doctor of
get
the United
that-
States of America.
I mean,
didn't
you
go to
realize
medical
you can get it. You can get. We all did. We can get a shot for measles and be safe forever, or you can literally not and possibly die from something that no one dies from.
I think a couple of kids in Texas died from
Yeah.
measles, but I don't think it had anything to do with him, of course. But because
They listen to him.
Yeah.
I believe they listen to people like him. They listen to Joe Rogan and
I met a
the people
woman,
like him.
a customer. Well, she's not a customer of mine, but she came in. She could have been a customer. I couldn't fix her car, but she, when she was a child, she had polio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
yeah, well, that killed a lot of people back in the 50s
Oh,
when
yeah.
they came out with the polio vaccine. Well, look at all the stuff that killed people in the 1800s: smallpox, pneumonia. Just your average, flu, influenza, which is a killer. That's what the
You wanna
Spanish
hear
flu
something
was.
funny?
Yeah.
I believe I'm correct, and my sister will correct me when she hears this. But I believe when I was a kid, I had pneumonia twice.
Sure.
Yeah, I was a sickly little fuck. I think.
Now the bubonic plague.
I did not have that. I did not, Ted. I did not have
There
that.
actually was a case in the United States within the last 5 years. I think somebody actually died of the bubonic plague, which is obviously like a 13th century disease.
it like
but that's-
Dolly Parton?
It's like rat
Is that what
fleas. It's like rat fleas. That's what actually.
Well,
that-
not rat fleas, fleas.
No, I think it's rat fleas. But
Well,
that's what killed. But that's what killed that Gene Hackman's wife, the hentavirus, which is like a rat-based,
do not know.
virus, which is extremely rare, obviously. So
I do not know. Okay, one more Trump thing, then we won't do it anymore. And this can be explained. You guys can take time and explain this to me. Trump told retail outlets to eat the cost of goods as the tariffs go up.
Good.
Okay, and I'm just wondering.
take one for the team.
I'm just wondering, is he high? Because I'm thinking, what intelligent company, and there's still a few, would not raise the prices when the cost of their goods goes up? So I mean, at this point now, I have to figure that he has so much power that he has actually gone crazy with power.
Are there tariffs on his shoes and watches and hats and whatever he's
We're
slinging?
paying for that. That's our tax dollars and the tariffs. All the tariffs that the government is bringing in go directly to government. We end up paying for it, and then he gets to spend it.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think somebody who's criminally narcissistic, and now he thinks he can get whatever he wants. I mean, is he out of control? Is this?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. If the government ends up sending all families in the United States like at least a $5,000
Pipe dream.
stimulus check,
Pipe dream, Ted. There's no fucking way.
but I'm saying,
How would you even do that?
why couldn't you?
I did it during COVID.
They did during COVID. That was a $650 check. So why couldn't you send every family? I mean, if you're making all these cuts in the government, which they have saved supposedly millions of dollars, let's say not even $1 trillion, but let's just say several millions of dollars. And let's just face it, there was a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse going on with programs that nobody voted for,
How do you
that
know?
nobody had any knowledge of. Well, when they announced it, when they said, "Well, we're giving,"
Who said it?
200. I think Marco Rubio was doing a committee. They were
Considered a
interviewing
source.
him. No, but he's a Secretary of State. But he said, the USAID, which is now defunct or cut down severely, we're spending millions of dollars in other countries for DEI programs or stuff that, again, the American taxpayer didn't vote for.
Ted,
That's
here's the-
taxation
but
without
here-
representation.
Ted, here's the problem with that.
Yeah.
A lot of those things that they said weren't like even 50%
But
accurate.
let's assume some of. I mean, but we know there is fraud, waste, and
It's
abuse in
not,
the
you're
government.
using the wrong
but
term.
Teddy,
it's not
we know that.
taxation.
Hold on.
Without,
It is tax actually without representation.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think that goes.
No.
Ted, that's not how that works. That's not taxation
it's
without
not
representation.
It's a tax. We pay taxes, and the government takes the money and returns it to us with goods and services.
But if it's going
So
to a foreign country,
We can't control. Every person can't
But
control
Teddy, we give
where every penny goes.
yeah we
Right.
we give
But why not? Why couldn't we?
Teddy. We give money to foreign countries to help us
Yeah,
and
so it's called
stop
soft,
them
yeah, it's
from
called soft power. Yeah, soft power. I get it.
and to stop them from being part of communism or a government.
So it's
that
like a
would
bribe.
be,
So it's like a bribe. It's like a bribe in a way, right? You're paying the country a certain amount of money, just like we're paying El Salvador at least $15 million a year to take these undocumented and put them in those supermax.
Yeah,
That's
not
what we're
really,
doing.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's more like we want you to be on our side, and we don't want you to take money from the bad guys. I mean,
Well, don't forget, your friends today might be your enemies tomorrow, and the enemy of your enemy is your friend. So that's how the real world works. you
yes,
know?
but what about the enemy of your enemy?
Or what about your enema?
Who is the enemy?
How about the enemy from within?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's when we hear all these things that come out,
It's complicated. you
Right,
know, it's
right.
complicated. Yeah. So.
it's spun. Yeah, do we spend money in places we shouldn't? Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Is that money actually probably being stopped? Probably not.
Yeah, it's probably going on to this day, but at least we knew it was out there. It just was not articulated to the American public in general, but now it is. And like I said, even if 50%, like you said, is fake news or deep fake, some of it is true. So there is money out there that has been wasted. Like I said, if the government would objectively send, U.S. citizens, families, say a $3,000 to $5,000 stimulus check in the next couple of years, that would be objective. Say, hey, or lower your taxes or something. That would be beneficial to American families. And actually, Joe Biden, before he left office, he said his only regret was he didn't personally sign the stimulus checks to show that he was taking credit for it during COVID. You could look that up, but that's a separate topic.
Okay.
Because you want to get credit for that stuff, right? You want to see that, hey, Joe Biden just sent me a check for $650, which isn't a lot in the scheme of things, but to a lot of people it is. But he said that was one of his regrets. He didn't sign the stimulus check, so the people getting the stimulus check didn't see his name on it. So it is about getting credit.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it, yeah. But that's before he completely lost his mind and and the auto pen took over.
You realize, dude, he's got cancer.
He had cancer. You don't get stage 4 prostate cancer in the last 3 months. He had
Stage
the,
5.
He
Trump
had
said it was stage 5.
Yeah,
No, he said it was stage 9.
No, I
said
think
it
it's called the
was
Gleason.
stage 9.
I think it's called the Gleason 9, which I've never heard the term, but I guess it's like this. It's another way of saying like stage whatever cancer. But yeah, obviously he had cancer for years. Here's the thing too: how could they not pick up on that? He's got his own personal physician in the White House. He's got a team of
Ted,
staff.
what do you mean? Obviously, he's had cancer for years.
Yeah, again, you don't get that type of cancer that metastasizes to the bone. That doesn't come within 90 days. Since he left office, so he's had cancer.
Hold on a second. Let me premise this by saying, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dr. Ted, because
Don't take my word for it. They interviewed an
Don't
oncologist.
they was on Fox News. Don't take my word
No,
for
I'm
it.
just saying,
Fox News said it.
no, they interviewed an oncologist who's obviously board certified, and they said, yeah, you don't get that type of cancer in the past 90 days. He's had it for years. Either they didn't find it, which is hard to believe, or they found it and they didn't say.
Okay,
tell
this
anything.
is what's happening right now. Everybody in the right is trying to paint a narrative that because his wife's a doctor and he has personal doctors, they're all fucking morons.
No,
because
she's not a medical doctor.
I know, but that's what they said. Right. This is what they're saying.
you did hear what Donald Trump Jr. said, right?
Yes, this is where I'm going.
Yeah, okay.
They said Dr. Jill is incompetent. How could she not have known this? How could this person not have known this? It's all bullshit, dude. Why would anybody, if he had cancer and it was detectable, why would they not fucking know it was there?
Well, that's a good question. Like I said,
But the answer is probably because he has not had cancer for 5 fucking years. Or whatever he had, this shit happens all the time. It's not a big deal.
No, but
it is what it is. He has it. There's no conspiracy. They weren't trying to hide it for the
agree.
past 10 years.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying based on the level of cancer, it's not like stage 1. This is like stage 3 or 4 cancer that. And like I said, he's got his own private medical staff. It's not like me and you go to Stroger Hospital.
He's old. You know that, right?
Of course, yeah. But I'm saying, so he again, board certified oncologist who has no political affiliation said he based on the cancer he had to have had it for years. It didn't
You
just
keep
develop.
saying that.
He's not his.
I don't know
doctor.
who that doctor is, and I don't know if he's board certified. What's his name?
I don't know the guy's
Okay,
name. Yeah.
well, don't say that then. We don't know his name. And we don't know. Obviously, you said obviously he's board certified. We don't know that.
Okay. So, but based on the cancer he has,
Some
it's
guy
not
on
so-
TV said that.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
not something you develop in the last.
that's what one
you could probably-
person
we could probably
says.
Google it. We could probably Google it. But yeah, it's not stage 1; it's stage 4. So
Yeah.
Okay, but here's what I'm reading. At stage 4, it can spread very quickly.
okay, it's possible. It's possible. But I guess
I think you're doctoring up, and then you're falling
It
for.
doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't. None of this
Yeah.
matters. I
Yeah.
mean, he
No,
has
you're right.
cancer.
No, you're
why
right. Yeah,
why
it
do
doesn't
we have to
matter.
break it down as to how long he's had it and why? Why are they doing that? Doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
It's not
and-
fucking buddy's business. He's got cancer. He's sick. Leave it at that. We don't need to dive into, how could this happen or why did it happen or what? I mean, it's
No, you're
fucking
right.
crazy.
No, you're right. He's elderly, but it goes. But the reason we're bringing it up is because it goes back to the original thesis of like he was in mental decline,
That's why they're bringing it up. That's why they're saying.
and it was a cover up, which a
Yes.
book just came out on New York Times bestseller, and everybody was complicit in it, And now this comes out, and so it's just part of that original. So if you look at it in the entire context, yeah, I agree. Having cancer in
Well,
itself
Ted,
doesn't
Ted,
mean anything.
Here's what
So,
I'll say.
yeah.
Here's what I'll say about this, and then I think we'll just
we'll
wrap
drop-
it
we'll
up.
drop it.
But I don't think you want to announce that the leader of your country is mentally incompetent. So that's a terrible idea. Any more than we're going to find out in a couple of years that Trump is having some sort of mental. I mean, just based on his rambling idiocy, that we'll find out about that. But even if it's true, and we don't believe he's in perfect health or any of that stuff, I at this point now, it would be a terrible idea for anyone who's part of it to say that Trump is in mental decline. He's the leader. He's the leader of
course.
America. So
Well,
we're
Reagan-
not going to say it.
Yeah, well, I think Reagan had dementia
Yeah,
or
and they
Alzheimer's,
didn't say that.
and they didn't say anything.
Right.
But the point is, that's what the 25th Amendment's for, because you're supposed to say it. So it is a cover up, And I'm saying not just with Biden, but like any president where they're hiding his health condition from the American public, it is a cover up. That's what the 25th Amendment's for. If you cannot do your duty as a president of the United States, you need to
Teddy,
step
this
down.
entire administration is a cover up by definition. By that.
Yeah.
There's not. I mean, they just eliminated everybody in any position of checks and balances through this Doge program, so you can't check anything. I mean, they say one thing, and it's just.
Here,
Whatever.
let's focus on
Let's not
something
talk
that
politics.
let's focus on something that's really important. Kanye West concert in South Korea was canceled.
I'm pissed. He's living in Japan now, by the way. I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily make sense to me, but yeah. So here's what happens. You run down a rabbit hole, right? I didn't really care about this, but I clicked on the story that Kanye's concert in South Carolina was canceled, and they said that
Is
there's
it South Korea or South
South
Carolina?
Korea. South
Yeah,
Korea.
yeah.
Sorry. There's too much controversy. Okay.
Well, yeah, no kidding. It's Kanye West.
Hold on. But I wasn't sure what the controversy was. Have you guys heard the name of any of his new songs?
No.
Okay. Let me share one with you that is very interesting. He has a new song called Heil Hitler.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Okay.
Higher.
Heil. Yeah. Now, I need you to understand this because there's so much to this. The first verse of the song talks about his current life, what's going on in his current life right now. He actually sings about his custody battle with Kim and the freezing of his assets. Okay.
What does that have to do with Heil Hitler?
Hold on. Hold
Something
on.
with the Third
hold
Reich.
on. So this is the first verse. The second verse goes into using all of that as a justification for why he has now become a Nazi. This is the song. He says it's about himself, and this is what it is. And the song ends, and I couldn't even believe this. I thought it was bullshit. The song ends with a sample taken from a 1935 Adolf Hitler speech.
More money, more problems.
Oh, like Hitler's actual voice, like giving a
Hitler's
rally in the Reichstag.
actual-
And yeah, obviously, Kanye West is obviously batshit crazy.
What? Dude,
Or there's two things. Either he's doing it on purpose because, like I said, there's no such thing as bad publicity when you think about it.
this is.
Yeah, but so
That,
either
that definition of that has now changed. And yes,
Yeah.
according
So-
to this, there is bad publicity.
so obviously he's kind of gone the Howard Hughes way. He's just gone batshit crazy. Whatever.
Ted,
I don't think he has.
did Howard Hughes just lock himself away and didn't really talk to anybody?
Yeah.
Well, I think
Did he write songs
well,
about Hitler?
Henry Ford was a big time Nazi sympathizer, by the way. Henry Ford from the beloved Ford Motor Company. Yeah, he was a big time Nazi sympathizer.
I've never owned a Ford in my life.
Well, you know what Ford is, found on road dead. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean,
I think Kanye West is he's an artist, right? He's obviously talented, and this is all calculated. Like what's been going on the past I don't know how long, like 6-7 years now.
Yeah.
I think it's just calculated, and
Really, Hitler?
Well, what's the most incendiary topic?
intentional.
What's the most incendiary topic you could talk about? You know,
Yeah.
being
Hitler?
being like a Holocaust denier, loving Hitler. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
awful. Yeah. So I agree with Mark. He could be doing it on purpose just to say, because it's so much outrage that he's going to just automatically get people looking at him, get a lot of clickbait just based on that alone. Now, whether he means it or not, we don't really know. So
That listen. I'm all for unique. Okay, honestly, if you're going out there and you're saying something different, or you're doing different things, right? Different kinds of comedy and saying different things and that kind of stuff, right? But I mean, I remember when George Carlin said, I think he did a thing where he says like, you can't make rape funny. Rape's not funny. And then he literally did 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And whether you appreciate it or not, it was fucking funny.
You know, the funny thing, George Carlin, that was a man ahead of his time. You know, like when
Yeah.
you look at certain comics like a Lenny Bruce or George Carlin, those were people at the time way ahead of their time. Like, you know, we talk about Overton's window stuff you could say in a certain epoch of time and things you can't. He was just so far ahead of everybody that I think people just couldn't even comprehend
Yeah.
what he was like. The original, he was like a original Dave Chappelle. He was a storyteller. It wasn't just like a joke. You know, he wasn't cussing necessarily all the time. But yeah, so he was definitely a comic
but
ahead
this
of his
is-
time.
oh, here's my prediction. Here's what I've been thinking. So Kanye's created this himself. He's created this like persona, right? Where he's like this batshit crazy. He's become a Nazi now and all this, right? So this is that album where he's become the Nazi and he's this bad guy. Well, the next album is going to be the complete opposite. Like he's going to reinvent himself, rebrand himself, and out with that guy, and he's going to fight the old Nazi Kanye. And he's going to. It's like this is all a thing. Trust me.
think so?
Yeah, his next album is going to be like freeing himself from this Nazi Kanye guy that was like in his head, and he's just going to be. It's going to be like, yeah,
Well, if that happens, I'll agree with you. But if he doubles down on the Nazi stuff, then I'll say, well, he's
It's
probably
not gonna
gonna
last.
he's probably gone
Really
batshit
his
crazy.
next album
I mean,
is going to be like.
It's been like 5 or 6 years. He's been really, maybe even longer, really crazy anti-Semitic.
He's
and
invested. He's dedicated
He
to
is.
it.
I tell you what, that is the long con.
He's playing the long game.
He is playing the long game right there.
It's a
It's
running,
going to pay dividends.
It's a
for
running
him.
gag on steroids.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you know what? If it turns out, and by the way, I listen to a lot of Kanye West music when I'm working out. The stuff is, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
You're into the new album, huh?
not the new album, not the Hitler one. Nope. The Mussolini one I liked. The Hitler one I'm out. But his old stuff when he was
see
just
this.
a
I want.
when he was
I
just
gotta
a
look up
rapper. Can you look up after the show?
Well, I was going to look up a picture of the album cover.
I think it's called. Is it called Cuck or something? I don't even know. It's so. I don't know what the album looks like. I know.
Is it on Spotify?
No, it's been banned.
Okay.
So that song.
That's what I'm starting to think.
That
man.
song. It was streamed for a couple of
Yeah,
days.
Cuck, C-U-C-K.
Yeah, it has been banned everywhere.
Well, you know what
It-
you know what a cuck is? It's like a
Yeah.
a cuckold.
Yeah, it's like a guy who watches his wife get banged by other
Or
dudes.
P. Diddy watching his girlfriend get.
I guess
Pissed
there's
off
really
by
other guys.
I guess
Yeah, by
there really
escorts,
is no album covers now, right?
Yeah,
So,
I don't think there is. Yeah,
I don't
but
think it's on vinyl.
I was gonna say.
but
I would say the album cover is going to be the Russian army going into Berlin during the end of the Reichstag,
if he's pro Hitler, I don't know. I have
and
no
then Hitler
idea.
in the bunker before he puts the bullet in his head.
All right, let's do this. Let's talk about something a little more positive. Harvey Weinstein just did an interview from prison.
Oh, I heard about that. I didn't see any of it. So
No, you can't see it yet unless you paid for it. No. It's not free for like another week or so. Yeah, he blows the lid off of everything.
yeah, what does he have to lose? He's in prison for the rest of his
Right.
life. Yeah,
So I guess in the interview, people have seen it, and they did like a review of it, whatever. He admits he was a bad person.
sure.
You ready? This is immediately in the beginning of the interview. He admits number one, he
it
cheated.
was my brother's fault.
Yeah, no. He admits immediately. He said he cheated on his wife. He was a bad boss at times, and he made some mistakes. Those are the admissions of Harvey Weinstein.
Good movies though.
Yeah, excellent movie.
So during one of his
Great casting.
during one of his trials in
he
California,
knew exactly how to get the
well,
best out of the ladies.
Well, I think that's what they call it, the casting couch. I actually never knew what that term meant until I saw his case. But I guess Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, who's obviously gearing up to run for president, I guess his wife at some point slept with Harvey Weinstein, thinking she's going to get a job, thinking she's going to get a lead role in the movies, and she's one of the people who testified against him at
She
trial.
didn't get a movie. I would.
She
think.
didn't get the movie, yeah. So it's kind of like when you think about the P. Diddy Weinstein parallel. I'm not saying he's not a horrible person. He's not where he deserves, but again, the lines are blurred, is what I'm saying.
The lines are blurred of what?
Well, I'm saying so Gavin Newsom's wife portrayed herself as a victim, but then she's not really a victim because she voluntarily slept with the guy because she thought she was going to get a lead role in a movie, and she ultimately didn't. And
She didn't. Okay. So here's my problem with this. You're looking at it incorrectly. She didn't voluntarily sleep with him, hoping to get the job. He said, "Sleep with me, or you can't get the job."
sure,
Yeah.
yeah, understood.
And you don't see the difference in those two things.
And at any point, she could have just said, "You know what? I don't need the job that bad. Have a good day, sir."
So, if you want a job, the same job you have,
the specific job.
the same job you have right now,
right.
with a much, much better paid company.
Yes.
And your boss says, "Teddy, I need you on your knees, taking that pipe right now, or you cannot have the job." You don't see where that would be a power thing, and you don't see where that's a problem.
Yeah, of course it's a problem. Yeah, it's not right, but I'm saying if the person,
But it's her fault.
I'm not saying it's her fault, but I'm saying she had a choice to make, and she made a choice to further her career, and it didn't work out. So she has to take some responsibility too. Yeah, I'm saying not what he did is right. He created that environment. I
So
agree
the
with
only
you.
way she could get the job
Is he the only producer in Hollywood?
So
at some
yeah,
point,
I guess he was.
at one point.
At one point,
But so obviously she feels like she made a mistake,
Yeah. So she had
but
regrets.
it wasn't her idea to make the mistake.
Correct. Yeah, he created an environment. Yeah, he created a
He's
toxic
the
environment.
one.
Of
He's
course.
the one that said,
Yeah.
either you sleep with me, or you're done.
Yeah, he created a toxic environment. That's
so
why he's
she
in,
made
that's why
that
he's in
choice, and
prison.
she's regretting
Yeah,
it.
this is not a life and death decision. We're just talking about being someone in a movie. It's not like saying if you don't sleep with me, your whole family's going to die. It's just like if you don't sleep with me, you can't get the lead role in this movie.
You know what, though? You know what? That's the kind of bullshit attitude that guys have because guys have the power.
Not all, women have the power too. I'm just saying she made a choice, and choices have consequences, and that's her choice. It didn't pan. Let's look at the other side. Let's just say she would have got the lead role in a movie that won the Academy Award, and she was the Academy Award winner.
She still had to fuck her way to it. She didn't do it. She didn't just get it because a group of people decided that she was going to be the best actress. She, no matter what, in order to get that job, she had to fuck her way to it, and that was the only option she had. Without that, she doesn't work.
And that's regrettable. But how many women? I'm going to use women as an example, or even guys. How many people are in Hollywood right now who are successful who perhaps had to do something unsavory that we're not privy to get where they are?
That doesn't make what he did.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. But the point is, he created a toxic environment. I agree. But she could have at any point, just like our friend Cassie Ventura, at any point she could have just said, "You know what? Enough's enough. I'm not doing this."
I think this can all be.
Yeah,
This would be a better conversation or a better stance for you, Ted, if you stopped before you got to the butt.
Right. But you can't stop before you get to the butt.
You can't. You just gotta. You can't.
Oh, that's what Harvey Weinstein's
I know,
problem
but
was too.
Yeah.
You could say what you're saying, but don't do.
Yeah, I'm just playing
But-
I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's all. I'm not saying what he did is right. I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying, but it takes
Teddy, you train your whole life to be an actress, and then the only way you can get the job is if you blow this guy. That's, I mean,
Yeah,
you know that, and you knew what. Listen, and I'll bet you dime to a dollar that 99% of the people that walked in there knew that was going to happen.
Yes.
And they knew that if they didn't get this role, they wouldn't get any other
Yes.
roles.
And
And
the
if they
problem
said
is- yes.
no to Harvey Weinstein,
Yes.
then they were
Hang on.
done.
Yeah, and I agree.
But
I
hang
agree
on.
with you 100%.
The problem with it is that that's the way he ran his business, and that's wrong.
Yeah, and
you
that's
can't
wrong.
run a business
Correct.
that way.
Yeah, he's wrong. Yeah.
And it was run that way for so long, and so many people did what they had to do to get to where they are because that was the only way they can get to where they wanted was going through this man.
I agree 100%. That's why he's in
so
prison.
That's why he's in prison,
why he's in
right?
prison,
So there's
yeah.
no. So you can say, well, yeah, but it takes two to tango, and these other people participate in it.
Yeah.
But they weren't like they didn't. That wasn't their first choice. They didn't want to do that.
Of course not.
Yeah. So it's.
course not,
I
yeah.
mean, there's no. I mean, there's.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
they are victims.
yeah, of course. Yeah, but is Harvey Weinstein the only producer
Well, that's not what
In Hollywood?
Well, no,
I mean, they couldn't go to anybody
But see,
else.
again,
why-
you're
why are we
doing
bringing
Bud
that
is
up?
Harvey. Yeah. Okay.
no,
but,
he's not. The answer is no.
But here's the deal. So he's doing this interview, right?
Someone's got to go down
Yeah.
for a change.
part of the fun.
Well, I mean, he,
It's a
he
2-drink
I mean,
minimum.
Yeah, it was probably happening for 150
Yeah.
fucking years.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
I don't agree with it.
And if Harvey Weinstein's doing it with big time actresses, how many people were doing it with mid
Well,
or
Kevin,
low?
nobody's- or yeah.
Kevin Spacey was doing the same thing.
With the dudes? Yeah.
I mean, with yeah,
They
I mean,
wanted if they wanted a spot on one of the
Yeah,
movies.
he
or
was
something, yeah.
he was doing the same thing.
And he's
Yeah.
blacklisted from Hollywood now. He's blacklisted.
He's coming
obviously.
back.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
So
He's too good of
We
an
just
actor.
forget.
he's
We
too
just
good.
forget.
Yeah, but you know what? I just want to watch Kevin
So
Spacey
so
movie.
in this interview, right? He and despite the fact that there's 6 women who testified him and another 100 who say that he assaulted them, Weinstein throughout the entire thing said he was wrongfully convicted and said he had proof of his innocence.
Shouldn't that have come out at the trial before he got convicted? That's my
it's-
question.
so-
Wouldn't he have
so-
given that to his attorney at the time?
It's
and
too
not,
late now.
Yeah. But and here's the funniest part. He's trying to portray himself as a good guy. So he says that his friends are still sending him scripts and that he gives them notes for free just to give back.
Yeah, he's making 10 cents a day. He's probably scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush in federal prison. Of course, he can do it for free.
There's
He's
no
not
way
going
that's
anywhere.
happening. There's no way that's happening.
No one would.
There's
would
not
you
a
even-
single studio that is going to touch
Yeah,
him.
he's toxic.
There's no
He's
writer.
toxic.
But he says friends.
There's
friends,
no producer. There's no
friends
writers.
sneak him.
Yeah,
friends
no,
sneak him stuff.
Yeah.
And here's
I
what
find
I'm
that hard to
thinking.
believe.
Yeah.
If anybody found out,
Yes, you'd be done.
Yeah,
That
he's
movie would
he's
never be made
toxic.
in 1,000
That's
years.
like saying I'm going to Bernie Madoff for financial advice. I
Yeah.
mean, some
They
names
still
are just
come to me for financial
Some names are
advice.
just so. Some names are just so like Charles Ponzi. The original, that was actually a real person. So the Ponzi scheme.
is that a real person?
He's a real. Yeah, Google it. Charles Ponzi. I think back in the 1800s. I don't know what he did, but
He's not related to Fonzie.
Charles Fonzie.
Charles Fonzie.
Arthur Fonzarelli? No. Ponzi
know
was
that.
Ponzarelli.
Charles Ponzi's. He's a real.
and he invented the Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, whatever he did, he was the original Ponzi scheme inventor. His name is Charles Ponzi. He was in New York in like the 1800s. So kind of the gangs of New York. Epoch
You
of
always
time.
wonder, like if rape was named after like Ed Rape,
Yeah.
and that was just his
Well,
thing.
John
and
John,
they just,
John Crapper invented the toilet.
that is not true. Remember we talked about that.
What?
That
How
is
about
not
Lord
true.
Earl of Sandwich invented the sandwich? I
He
think.
did.
Okay, there
he
you go.
did, and again, that sends me back to my favorite line from SNL ever. Give me a sandwich and a douchebag, and I'll do anything. Yeah, it literally is. That is one of my favorite things that I've ever heard. Okay, great news. They came out with a list of the 10 most fun cities. Guess where we are?
38th.
No.
We're on
Three.
the list. Number 9, baby.
Really?
Yeah, Vegas, Orlando, and Miami are 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay.
And now what they did is they gave the list, and then they said, "Here's the hype about the city that makes it so great." Okay, I did not read about 1, 2, and 3. I did not give a shit about anything else except Chicago. And here is the hype that they are hyping for us to be the top 3. The city ranks high for having plenty of parks, restaurants, and the 3rd lowest beer prices in the country.
Really?
Nice.
Hot damn.
I would think Wisconsin would be the cheapest in terms of beer prices.
Nothing more to say.
Okay.
We're third. But that's it. You know what? And they mentioned that, there's a high cost of living and there's a shitload of taxes. And I glossed over that.
yeah.
I glossed over that stuff because that's negatives. The 3rd lowest beer prices.
That's a good problem.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself, I live in the best city
What's
ever.
the bottom 10 cities I want to know like you would never want to go to?
I mean, we all know. We all know where those cities are. Yeah, Little Rock, Memphis, everywhere in Florida.
Binghamton, New York.
Everywhere in Florida besides Orlando and Miami. Yeah, everywhere. The whole fucking place.
That's not true.
What?
I was just in Fort Myers. It's fucking awesome there. I loved it. Love it there.
Yeah, that was not on the list. Fort Myers was not on the list. I mean, just so you know, I'm not trying to be a bad guy, but I'm just saying it's not.
So it's effortlessly. It's no effort at all. It's not
Yeah.
even trying.
He's
Okay,
a
now before
natural.
we get
He's a
to
natural.
trying to be a bad
He's a
guy.
natural.
Yeah, Mark, before we get to your movie mention, I will say this, and we'll see where you guys stand on this. Universal Studios has a new Harry Potter ride. Okay? And some people got a sneak preview for the ride. Now, you guys tell me if you would do this. The catch is actually a lot of people got the invite, okay? And the wait for the ride, if you got on there, if you got a special invite, was over 5 hours. Now, Teddy, I'm going to ask you this. Hold on, let me preface it. If they had free Crown Royal in that line, would you wait 5 hours for an amusement park ride?
No, that's absurd. In fact, there actually some father, just some average father with his family, went to Disney World and he posted a thing on TikTok. This was in the last few weeks, and he just was talking about how disappointed he was. He went to the theme parks of Disney World. Like, he didn't specify which park it was, and just the abysmal waiting in line is just soul crushing. I don't understand why it can't just be more like efficient or something. But I guess when you have like thousands of people crammed into a small area, it's going to happen. But it seems absurd that anybody would put themselves through that, unless it's just for your kids. As an adult, I'll do it for my kids, at the time when they were younger. But I'm not doing it for me, So
I think the trick is you go on off times. Because we went
off-peak,
we went in August, my family and my sister's family, and the 8 of us went, and it was not only 900 degrees with 175% humidity, but there was everyone was in there.
Yeah,
and we didn't know they'd come up with something called Fast Pass.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah.
We didn't know that, so we didn't know about
you
it.
You pay a lot for it, though.
You do, but it's everybody bitches about that. It's a one-time shot. I don't see when people complain
not everybody
about
has
it.
the means to,
right.
It is expensive in general. Then you're adding
It
stuff on top.
It is.
So.
It's a one-time shot.
But if you could,
have
you
the
get the Fast Pass.
But we went back to Universal Studios, and then we also went back to Disney, and we found a little guide that told you when the least amount of people were there, and we were literally there, and we were getting off of rides and just walking right back around.
There's an app too that you can download and tells you, like, what's going on.
Yeah, they tell you all that. But okay, so Mark, would you wait?
No,
okay,
not even close. No.
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah. Now, if everybody in your family wanted to, would you man up and just suck it up and do it?
Yeah.
5 hours?
What are you going to do?
Well, you're not waiting in line. You're just kind of walking around while they're waiting in line. You're just supporting them waiting in line.
So, Ted, you would be doing something else while they waited in line.
My family, I think we'd all be on the same page. That's why we get along so well. There's nobody that we would all pass on it collectively.
Yeah. I don't know. Savannah
Just come back tomorrow.
Savannah
We'll
is a very big.
Yeah.
She's such a Harry Potter fan.
February, the off season.
That if somehow she got invited, I think I'd end up with 5 hours.
But and don't forget, actually, I didn't know
but
this.
It's not going away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be there next
year. She started the She started the Harry Potter Club at her high school.
But it's going to be there next year.
And just on a side note, I didn't know this, but Universal Studios is not affiliated with Disney World. It's completely separate. Like, it's like SeaWorld. It's not.
Everyone knows that.
I know. I didn't know that at the time. I thought I was going to Universal Studios. I'm like, oh, I have a park pass to all the Disney parks, but Universal Studios isn't part of it. So
yeah, no, they're completely different.
SeaWorld, all that good stuff.
But you can get a pass for all those.
Oh, okay.
To Disney?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, you can get a pass for Universal that's included with Epcot, Disney, and
they're
all that.
Different things.
I know they are, but it's an Orlando, Florida thing. You can get.
Oh, yeah. That
it's like a commerce thing. I did it before. I did this like 25 years ago.
Oh, okay.
You can get. I forgot the name of it at the time, but it was like a multi-pass where you can go to multiple different amusement parks, even though they're not affiliated.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. No, I did not know that.
you could choose. Like you could choose. You want to do Disney, Epcot, and Universal, or you want to do like Universal, Epcot, and whatever.
SeaWorld? Can you do SeaWorld?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
It's fun. Oh, it sounds fun. Okay. Speaking of fun, we got to get to Mark's movie mentions. And you do have a movie, correct?
Yeah.
Excellent. It is. Okay, well, after your movie mention, I kind of have a fun thing that's coming out for movies, so I can share that with you. All right, Mark's movie mentions are brought to you by the folks at Pepsi. If you're like most people, you've been waiting for Pepsi to come up with a breakfast cereal. Well, the wait is over. Pepsi is happy to announce their first ever breakfast cereal, Pepsi Pops. This creation from the geniuses at Pepsi will change your breakfast habits forever. Each pop is shaped like a pea and is loaded with all the Pepsi taste you've grown to love and will stay crispy in milk for over 36 hours. And Pepsi Pops are good for you too. Pepsi Pops contain almost 1% of the daily recommended vitamins and minerals for a healthy body. If you're looking for a new cereal to pop into your mouth, try Pepsi Pops. Oh, that sounded, you know what? That almost sounded a little dirty.
Yeah, there was a woman at the gym yesterday moaning. And I'm just like, oh, my God.
Was she sitting backwards on some of the machines?
It was just like weird. You know, she had her headphones on, but she's, I mean, it's like, that's what I did. I was like, oh, my God, this is just fucking weird. It's just,
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
Is that like Harry Met Sally? She's faking an orgasm in the gym?
It was pretty. I mean, I don't know if she knew she was making these noises, but I mean, you know, when guys live, it's you know, I don't know. Like when Matt's working out, it's fucking ridiculous. Nobody wants to be in there with him.
A lot of
I'm the loud
grunting,
guy, I
grunting,
guess.
a lot of grunting.
It's just a lot of showmanship, Ted. A lot of showmanship.
Gotta sell it. Gotta sell it.
Listen, man, I'm proud of me.
Look at me. Look at me, everyone.
Yep, you're goddamn right. Or you can look at Mark.
Yeah.
All right, mention a movie.
So the movie I want to mention tonight came out in 1981.
Oh,
It's a movie I did not see in the theater, but I saw many, many times on HBO at the time. So 1981, it's called Southern Comfort.
wait. Oh, okay.
It's starring Keith Carradine, Fred Ward, Powers Booth, Lewis Smith, Carlos Brown, and here's a couple names you guys might know. You know Keith Carradine, right?
Yeah.
David Carradine's brother was in a lot of movies. Okay.
Yeah, did not.
Fred
choke
Ward,
himself
remember
to death
Fred Ward?
masturbating.
Fred Ward was he just passed away, actually. He was a big character actor. He was in a bunch of movies. He's probably famous for the movies, for the movie.
I've heard of him.
Yeah. So anyway, and then Sonny Landham and Brian James. So Brian James is the guy. He always plays antagonist in movies or the bad guy. Like he was in Red Heat, Blade Runner, Tango and Cash, 48 Hours, The Fifth Element. He's a character actor. He always plays antagonist.
Who's he in The Fifth Element?
He's the guy that's brokering the deal to sell the arms. Like he brings the guys to sell the arms to Gary Oldman.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, damn, I love that movie so
Yeah.
much. You
So-
know, if I would have asked what the red button was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Sonny Landham is the guy. He played Billy Bear in 48 Hours.
I know.
Remember?
I know
Yeah.
exactly.
And he
who
was
that
also
is.
in Predator 2.
Yeah.
In Predator, not Predator 2, but in Predator.
Predator. Yeah. Oh man.
So Southern Comfort, it takes place in 1973 during the last months of the Vietnam War. It revolves around the big time cast of these are all character actors that in the 70s and 80s, but they all came together and made this movie. It's great. So it's near the end of the Vietnam War. It's 1973. These guys all belong to the Louisiana National Guard, and they're on a weekend training trip. And they end up, I won't give anything away, but they end up kind of getting lost. And they're kind of in the swamp, you know, and they're in Louisiana, and they don't have a boat, and they can't find their way back on land. But if they get into the waterway, there's like a river. If they get in that, they know how to get back. So there's a camp, and it appears to be kind of abandoned. And there's these canoes. I forgot the name of the canoe, but there's a bunch of these canoes. And they're like, fuck it. Let's just take these canoes, but they belong to somebody. So the sergeant is pretty, you know, on the up and up. So he's like, hey, leave a note for these guys and let them know that we had to borrow their canoes and they're going to be we're going to take them down river and here's where it's going to be. So they get in these canoes, and as they're getting the canoes, these guys are trappers or like hunters or trappers in the swamp. They come running back and they're all Cajun. They don't even speak, you know, they're like French. They don't speak any
Like Creole.
They're Creole.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They're Creole. And they start yelling at them. And for shits and grins, the one guy in the boat, they have AK-47s or they have M16s, but they have blanks because they're just training exercises. So their guns have blanks in them. So he starts popping off all these blanks at the guys as they're yelling at him, and they start taking cover. And then all hell breaks loose. So now it becomes almost like Deliverance. Remember Deliverance?
I was just gonna say we should.
Okay, so now it's
that's a
these
classic
guys
movie,
basically being hunted by a bunch of local Creoles, like backwood fucking swamp Creoles. And the movie is 105 minutes, so it's an hour and 45 minutes long, right? So it's not a long movie, but it starts off, bam, and it hits you, and it's nonstop. I think the acting is superb in this movie. I think the story is awesome. It was a big flop though. The budget was $7.6 million in 1981. The box office brought in $2.9 million. Ebert gave it a thumbs up, gave it 3 stars, said it was pretty good. Blah blah blah. I made some good, didn't think it was the greatest movie, but he thought it. But I'm telling you right now, if you have not seen Southern Comfort, I didn't see it first run into theaters. I watched it. It was on HBO for like a summer, 2 summers, all the fucking time. I probably saw the movie like, you jump in at different parts because you're not watching, it's not sitting down to watch it. You're just kind of flipping.
Right.
I've probably seen the movie from start to finish a couple of times, but then probably another 10, 15 times, you get caught up in it, and it's one of those movies you can't turn away from, especially when you're like 12, 13. Yeah. It's a really, really, really good movie. So if you haven't seen it, Southern Comfort came out in 1981, starring Keith Carradine. Fred Ward is in it. Fred Ward, you guys would know him from, he's been in a bunch of movies, and he just passed away. He was a great guy, a really good character actor.
No, I know who you're. I know the guy, and I can't think of who it is. I'm looking right now. I'm looking up Southern Comfort so people can watch. It is on Fubo and Prime.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I have.
I watched it on Prime. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Fred Ward. Hold on a second. And this is wild because I know the guy.
So he was in
gotcha.
The Right Stuff and Escape from Alcatraz. So he was in The Right Stuff, and okay, Remo Williams. That's what I was going to say. You guys know him from. He was in Remo Williams.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Uncommon Valor. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's right. He was in that. But
okay,
yeah.
so the guy who directed that, Walter Hill.
Yeah, he that's the director of the film. Yeah.
Yeah. So you know all of these.
And he co-wrote. Yeah.
Undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last Man Standing. Trespass.
Yeah.
Great movie. 48 Hours.
Yeah, that's why a lot of these couple characters are in both movies.
Red Heat.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean
that's where Brian Jones comes into play. I think Brian Jones was in every one of his every one of his fucking movies.
Yeah, the Warriors. I mean, these are all.
The Warriors came out.
These are all unbelievable movies, man.
Yeah, I forgot he did do the Warriors. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, Last Man Standing. I think that was that who's the guy who's like, I don't know, he's got brain damage. Bruce Willis, I think, was in Last Man Standing. Was that the one I'm thinking of?
I'm not sure.
Oh man, Brewster's Millions. Still love Brewster's Millions.
But I'm telling you right now, Southern Comfort. I mean, if you haven't seen it,
I don't think I have, but I'm gonna.
It's such a, and like I said, it's right up your alley. It's an hour and a half long, basically.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
I can live with that.
So on a side note, you said Keith Carradine is the brother of David Carradine, who's obviously a very
half brother,
famous actor. Obviously, he was the Kill Bill, right? David Carradine.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was in the what was the karate movie?
Grasshopper.
What was the one where the TV show?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
It was supposed to be, and it was supposed to be Bruce Lee, but it ended up being David Carradine.
Yeah.
Which
are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you know how David Carradine died?
Yeah, masturbating.
We all know, masturbating while he's choking himself. He's hanging himself.
In Bangkok, Thailand, out of all places. I mean,
listen. If I'm going to do extreme masturbating, I'm doing it in Bangkok, Thailand. There's no. I mean,
he's like 60 years old.
I'm not going to do that in Omaha, Nebraska.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else passed away? Norm from Cheers, George Wendt.
No way.
76 years old. Yeah, passed away.
When was this?
In the last day or two. Apparently, yeah. Just saw it today. Yeah.
Sad. Hey, Norm, how's life treating you?
I had no idea.
Norm.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm
Kung
wearing
Fu.
milk bone
Kung
underwear.
Fu.
Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was supposed to be. I guess the concept was it was supposed to be.
I didn't
Bruce
know that.
Lee.
He was awesome in Kung Fu, dude. I watched that all the time.
All the time. They're so crazy,
dude. That was a good. Yeah.
I know. It's so crazy. It's hard to believe the stuff that we watched. That
Man, George Wendt passed away, huh?
Yeah, that is
Chicago
sad.
guy, man.
Yeah,
Second City. I mean, all that stuff. Yeah. So since you brought that up, I have a funny George Wendt story. So we used to hang out when we were younger at the Abbey Pub.
Okay. I know where that is.
So my friend's dad was, he came over from Ireland with the owner, the Loonies, and so we used to go there all the time. It was walking distance from my house, and whether we were 21 at the time, I won't disclose.
We weren't.
But we were in there, and me and like 4 other friends were in there. I think it was like a Thursday or Friday night, and George Wendt was in there. He was sitting at the.
Oh, that's cool.
He was in there, and we walked in and we saw him, and Cheers was obviously, I think Cheers was still on the air. Yeah, it was still on the air, or it might have just finished up because this would have been like in 19. I'm going to say like 91 or 92. So I don't know if Cheers was still on the air. He's in there, and, and everybody said hello to him, and some people go, and the big thing is Norm, right?
Yeah.
So everybody just does a Norm thing, and he's like, hey, So this goes on for about an hour and a half, and you could tell he's getting a little bit aggravated because everybody that sees him says Norm, So he's getting tired of going, hey, and so it's getting old. Our buddy fucking walks in, right? Like an hour. We've been an hour and a half. He walks in, and we've already forgotten that George Wentz in there. We're over it now, right? So he walks in, and gets a beer, and then all of a sudden he looks to his right and he goes, "Oh my God, you guys, fucking Norm for Cheers is in here!" And before we could say anything, he goes, "Norm!" And he turns around. He's like, "Fucking that's it!" He starts fucking yelling at him, dude, like spitting and he's fucking angry. He's yelling at him. That's enough of this.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Dude, it was hilarious.
But the funny thing is, like, your
he
friend
just walked into.
But the funny thing, your friend had no context.
No context.
Or that 1,000 people
Right.
already called him Norm. So
Exactly.
so you probably
like he was the first person to see him.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, dude. And that's just how that.
So
buddy
you
was.
rubbed him the wrong way.
Oh,
You rubbed him
it
the
was
wrong way.
fucking so
You know,
great, dude.
It's actually pretty funny.
That's one of those things. It's got to be hard to do that. Here, I forgot to tell you guys when we were golfing on
But
Friday.
I will finish this. I will give him a lot of fucking credit, man, because he put up with a lot of shit. I mean, he never once lost his composure or cool, and he played along with everybody up until that point. He probably had about 6 or 7 beers in him at that point.
Everybody has a breaking point. We found out what George Wentz
But
was.
I'm
okay.
surprised I'm surprised he didn't let it go. He let it go on for so long because he really did. And he's just a man amongst the people. He's just in there.
I mean, I wouldn't recognize him because he's just a regular looking guy. I wouldn't recognize him if I saw him.
Oh, you would have if you
It's
saw him that day,
so-
dude. He looked fucking
Well, here,
just like
I'll
fucking
give you
Norm.
why you don't recognize anybody. We were golfing on Friday in Indiana. We see this guy, and he's 7 feet tall. He's legit 7 feet
Oh
tall.
wow, okay, that's pretty.
So,
stands out,
so
yeah.
of course, Jimmy
He's
walks up to
golfing?
him. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy walks up to him and goes, "Hey, man, how tall are you?" Which, obviously, he's 7 feet tall. He's probably heard this a million times, right? And he goes, "Yeah, I'm 7 feet tall."
How's the weather up there? Jimmy didn't say that.
No, thank God.
God.
Thank God. But he did finish his plate at one of the restaurants on like
He
Sunday
did
and
the
say,
whole
"I
thing.
hate it."
It's terrible.
I told him, I said, this is a Ted moment. And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "If you say that one more fucking time, I'm going to punch you." So he says, "Oh, I'm 7 feet tall." So Jimmy says, "Do you play basketball?" And he looks at the four of us.
Is he 5 years old?
And he looks at the
Yeah, I
four of
bet
us, and he goes, "Yeah, I played basketball." He goes, "I played at Purdue, and I played in the pros." I don't know anybody. Okay, I don't know anybody.
How old was he?
He's 49 years old.
Wasn't Brad Miller?
It was Brad Miller.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
I was just
Played
gonna-
for
he
the-
lives in
played for-
Indiana.
Played for
Yeah,
the Indiana
he
Pacers.
grew
Played for the
up-
Pacers.
He actually lives in Ohio. Just
But
right there.
he's from Indiana.
He's from Kendallville, Indiana. That's,
See, I knew it.
Yeah,
dude. I
we
told
golfed
you.
there. We golfed
Yeah.
there. Yeah, he played for the Pacers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
played
remember
for the
him.
Bulls
He
and the
played for the
Pacers.
Yeah, I
Bulls,
remember him,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, so they were asking him questions, and he's got a buddy with him, just a regular buddy, and we're just kind of bullshitting and everything, right?
Dude, I would have been all over it. He's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah. Oh,
Hands down. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I love Brad Miller. As soon as he said that, I knew it was Brad Miller.
Yeah. So guys, by the way, great shape.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him, yeah.
Great
He's
shape.
got a podcast.
He's
You
got
know that, right?
long hair.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
long hair, and he's telling us. So we're
He
talking.
hunts and all that shit.
Yeah,
dude.
so we're
He's-
talking golf, right? And he says, "Oh, I do this thing for big brothers and big sisters in Indiana." I said, "I've been doing it forever."
Yep.
He goes, and we're literally talking for like 5.
Ron
10 minutes.
Artest does it with them. He comes back all the time.
He just punched the shit out of
They're
people.
friends. They're super, super close friends.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
His buddy was not Ron Artest. I knew that. So he's talking about. He goes, and we're talking about all the golf courses we play. He's like, "Oh yeah, I love that one, and this. I love this place." He goes, "Yeah, it's kind of out of the way." And we were playing at a nice little place. And he says, "I'm doing this thing for big brothers and big sisters." He goes, "You guys got 4 guys. You should come out and play."
That's pretty cool.
I'm like, "Yeah."
That's a cool invite.
I said that's really cool. He goes, "When is it?" He goes, "It's the end of June." He goes, "You guys would have a blast." Yeah. He goes,
It's for charity. Is like
yeah,
an,
charity.
Yeah.
Blah blah. He goes, yeah, it's like 30. He goes, Donnie or whatever. He goes, what was it cost? He goes, I think it's 3,500 a foursome.
Pass. We don't have an NBA pension like you do, Mr. Miller.
Yeah.
So
And I'm like,
I thought you were going to say $35.
and
I'm like, cool, we're playing.
And so I do this. I go 3,500. He goes for foursome. I'm like, so I'm
What's 3,500 divided by 4? It's still
yeah, a lot.
you could buy yourself a whole new set of clubs.
and so I'm looking at these guys, and no, we're not gonna spend $3,500 as a group to do it, right? But we're looking at it, okay, cool. And he goes, here, hold on, and he gives us some stuff, and you're like, yeah, okay. And
Because you can sell me right now.
yeah.
Well, hold your spot.
Yeah, and then Jimmy has to ruin it. Jimmy has to ruin it.
Of course he
because he goes, listen, we were thinking of kicking somebody's ass on the golf course today, so he goes, we'll yell for you to help. And he turns around and he goes, I got some advice for you. And Jimmy goes, what? He goes, don't get in any fights.
Jimmy, he's very
Dude,
very
Brad
friend-
Miller
he's very
took down
friendly.
Shaq.
really.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Did you ever see the fight between the Bulls and the Lakers when
I think I remember that vaguely, like a long
dude,
time
Ron
ago.
Artest got in there?
Oh yeah, I remember the one
man.
where we ran and test went near the stands.
Dude, we
and
won.
got
We beat. That was the
suspended.
year that Lakers were winning the world championships, and
Okay.
we were beating them every fucking time. we
Indiana was
played
always a tough matchup in the playoffs
Yeah.
when they had Reggie Miller. Yeah, that was a great. They had some
them. Yeah,
great
but he
teams.
wasn't on those teams.
Yeah, but I'm saying
No,
that
they're
was-
not related. Brad Miller and Reggie Miller.
But I'm saying
They're
that
not
there was a great
related.
Cheryl
team.
Miller?
Cheryl Miller's.
They would
related.
always lose, but they would play the Bulls tough. or
People
whoever
don't
in the
understand
Eastern
yet how
Conference.
close the Bulls came to not making it.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
Indiana
the
always
series
gave
against
them,
Indiana, series against New York Knicks, we should
Indiana
have lost that.
Indiana
series.
always gave them a hard time. So
Yeah, there were some great teams. Okay, last thing before we go, and it has movie talk. And I didn't know this when we were talking to Scott Phillips yesterday, and Steven was here, but allegedly, and I'm pretty sure this is a lock in stone, 69-year-old Mel Gibson and 78-year-old Danny Glover are going to make Lethal Weapon 5.
Danny Glover's 78.
And he looks, dude, if he looks a day under 84, you would not. I mean,
looks
Mel
old?
Mel Gibson, crazy, in good shape. He's in good shape. Danny Glover.
I haven't seen
he
Danny
doesn't look
Glover.
like-
I haven't seen Danny Glover in
Yeah.
years.
He doesn't look like he could jog. I mean, and so I guess what happened was
No one's going to see this movie.
Mel Gibson was on a stage and Danny Glover doing for MegaCon or something, and Danny Glover came out and now they're going to make this. But the good news is, I guess they're just going to play corpses in the new movie. Yeah, so they're very believable dead.
So my question is, if they make that Lethal Weapon 5, it should be those two, but then there should be like a younger version of both of them, like say it was like in their 20s and 30s, who are kind of like the mentors. So that would be cool if there's like a younger version of the Mel
So
Gibson.
that would-
like Michael B. Jordan, right, is the new Danny Glover, and
right. So that was the thing that most people mentioned when they were doing it. But I thought the funniest part is that they're two cops who are playing, and they're so far beyond mandatory retirement age that I don't know. Does anybody even want to see Mel Gibson anymore?
Well, here's the thing:
Ever do anything?
If they're in their
He
70s,
was one of my favorite actors.
He was.
though, dude.
yeah,
But
he's a great actor.
I don't. I can't deal with him as a person anymore. I can't truthfully watch anything that he does.
He
It's
hasn't,
just-
but he hasn't made anything in years, right? Like
He's
No,
actually
he's
made
been
a
in a
couple
lot of
movies.
movies,
Yeah, he's
dude.
actually made a couple of movies.
like
last-
made
last
movies,
few
but not
years.
actually been in. I haven't seen Danny
No, he's
Glover.
been in movies.
No, he's
oh,
been
okay.
in a
Oh,
lot of movies.
Danny Glover, no.
No, Danny Glover.
Danny Glover's not been in anything.
Yeah, for like
No, Mel
decades.
Gibson did those. He did like a series of movies with Will Ferrell and those where they played the dads and John Lithgow. And then he was in the one
okay.
with Marky Mark.
Yeah.
He played Marky Mark's dad in that whatever. He was like
Well, he's
part
got
two.
to be playing.
Son-in-law or
He's got to be
something.
playing. He's got to be playing everyone's dad. Like when you reach a certain age, like you get typecast, right? You're not going to play.
Yeah,
you got to
but
be somebody's
I
dad or
can't-
granddad. Right?
I can't. Knowing what I know about Mel Gibson, and I don't bring this into it, I can't watch what he does. I can't watch him.
Well,
Man,
when you-
Braveheart
when
was
you-
good.
Oh, that was dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I'm talking
everybody-
about anything new.
The Patriot. Yeah, I mean, like
Oh, that was
every
great.
movies that guy's made has been great. I mean, you hate to say it, but yeah, obviously he's batshit crazy. Is
And
he
the Roadrunner movies.
Is he
I mean,
is he Kanye West batshit crazy? He's not there yet, but
Road Warrior.
he's on
I
the
said
same
Road
path.
Warrior.
Yeah,
Roadrunner. Yeah,
Road Warrior movies
yeah,
were great,
Yeah,
dude.
Ransom. I mean, those were all. Listen,
Yeah.
all
Oh,
great
Ransom was
movies.
really good, yeah.
all great movies that I probably wouldn't
Gary
have
Sinise,
watched.
right? Gary
yeah,
Sinise.
Gary
Sinise,
Sinise,
yeah.
the bad
That was
guy.
good, yeah.
That's oh man, that's
was a good movie.
mention
Yeah.
right there. But knowing if I'd have known what a fucking jagoff he was, I might not have watched those movies. But they were that good. But knowing what I know now,
I'd be curious to see just because it's Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. I mean, just to see how they pull it off. You know, what I mean,
You're not going to see that movie. You're not going to see any movies.
I know, but if I could see a movie, I mean, I would.
Mark, this is the new thing. Ted, if Ted would see a movie,
That's the
what
movie.
would he see?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Lethal Weapon
if
5.
If it comes
that's,
out,
that's what he's saying.
if Lethal
it's
Wep-
those words right
if
now.
Lethal Weapon 5 comes out somewhere around
Ted,
here, like
did
in
you
the
see
Pickwick-
Lethal Weapon? Did you see number 4?
I know I saw the
worst-
first two.
Did you see
3
three?
and 4
Probably
were
I don't
two of the
remember, yeah.
worst movies in the history.
And Lethal Weapon was a
movies.
good fucking
Was
movie.
wasn't Renee Russo in Lethal Weapon 1?
Yeah.
That's when she was
Yeah.
like she had had her 15 minutes. Yeah, she was hot.
She was in
she was in Tin Cup.
Yeah.
Right. She was in all those movies. Yeah, she was. Yeah,
Well, that was
she was
way
the,
after,
She was the it girl for a small period of time. Right.
Yeah, she was in a bunch of other stuff.
She
I thought
was an
very
actress.
good.
Yeah. Now she's no Amy
Famous.
Adams. She's no Amy Adams, by the way. But,
Oh, and you know what's here? Okay, I do have to say this if Scott's listening. So I mentioned the movie The Master with Philip Seymour Hoffman and Joaquin Phoenix and how good it was. And
Right.
it was a
I saw
Paul
that-
Thomas Anderson
I saw that
film.
movie. I saw that movie, The Master. He's a cult leader, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Amy Adams is in the movie. He plays.
I don't remember her.
She plays Philip Seymour Hoffman's wife. And when I talked about Amy Adams ruining movies, I realized I'm talking about a movie I just saw that I loved that she was in. Now she's actually good in some movies, but I
Some.
think I think she was not good in The Master. I did not. I thought anybody could have played her role, and I don't know why they picked her.
So when you see her and you see like Laura Linney, you get triggered because it's like, why are they there? Why are they there?
I'm not a Laura Linney fan.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
But
It's like
both of them could be there or not be there, and
Yeah,
you're
we
just
would know the
kinda
difference,
moving
yeah,
on. Yeah,
so.
you just kind of moving on.
Right.
Okay, let's last thought this, Teddy. We'll let you go first.
So I guess my last thought on current events. So Lyle and Eric Menendez, that famous Menendez case from the 1990s where they shotgunned their parents to death in their beds, and then they claimed they were sexually abused at the age of 18 and 21, by the way. I guess they're up for like a new resentencing hearing in a couple of months. So Rosie O'Donnell, I used to have a talk show, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's living in Ireland now, by the way, says she talks to I can't remember which one. She either talks to Lyle or Eric Menendez every day, and she said, yeah, and she said, I'm quoting. So this is Rosie O'Donnell's judgment. She said, Eric or whatever. Let's assume she's talking to Lyle Menendez. She goes, Lyle Menendez is the only straight male I know who I would trust with like my family.
and you know what's funny?
insane.
No,
She said that.
no,
So-
Ted's right. She did say that.
She did say that. She
I-
actually
I-
said that. Yeah.
No, I
so out of
believe
all
it,
the
but
people in the
that's
world,
insane.
oh, and by the way, both these two cockroaches are married. They got married in prison.
So wait.
There's like.
So there's no other like, but the straight part is the weird part.
Yeah,
to me.
she actually had to go out of her way to mention that. But then the second part is actually like looked at their case. Both of these dickheads got married in prison. So there's actually so think about this. There's single guys in the world who are on dating apps who can't even get a date. These two cockroaches ended up getting married in prison, and they taking pictures with their wives. Obviously, they can't have conjugal visits. But the point
I
is,
think they can.
Yeah, I think they can.
I think they
how
can.
fucked up are these women?
But I think
That's
that,
my final
Well, that happens every day.
Yeah.
So, but I think just to piggyback on what you're talking about with these two, I think it's crazy. All these fucking celebrities, and it's just a celebrity
and Kim-
community,
and Kim
Hollywood
Kardashian
community. They're all
is vouching
rallying
for
to
them.
free them.
Vouching
And
for
you
them.
know what's crazy about it is not one of these motherfuckers when they get out of prison. And if they hang out with them, nobody's going to want to be with them in a dark room together. No one's going to want to be with them alone.
Yeah.
Could you imagine partying with them and all of a sudden things get a little bit weird or get a little bit dark, and then
no, here's the thing. I can
they're going to trust them?
No, I'm picturing Lyle and Eric Menendez at their parole hearing. So when they get like they get a parole, because I think they actually are getting a parole hearing.
I
In a couple
don't.
of months. Yeah.
something's happening.
So here, Matt. So Lyle and Eric Menendez are getting their parole hearing in a couple of months for potential resentencing because right now they're serving life without parole. And here I'm on the parole board. I'm going to do this. Lyle, Eric, do you promise not to kill your parents again? And they're like, yes, because they're already dead, so we can't kill them a second time.
They're not eligible for parole. They're not having a parole hearing.
No, because I think they're going for a resentencing, so they could potentially get paroled now.
Yeah,
As of right now, they're
that's
serving.
that's what the purpose of the resentence.
Right. So let's just say they do eventually get parole. It's like the question is, do you promise not to kill your parents again? It's like, yes, because they're already dead. See, okay, they're free to leave. Okay, see, it's done. All right.
Okay,
Simple.
excellent.
So all these celebrities are going to hang out with them
Yeah.
now. They're going to be friends with them.
Yeah, that's
And
my last
just
thought.
told they're not going to be. They're going to be. They're going
I hope not.
to. Can you come watch my kids?
Yeah, she said. Oh, yeah, she said. Rosie O'Donnell said, "Yeah, I would trust.
I heard.
I would
you,
trust
Ted.
one with my kids.
I
No,
heard
but
you.
then she said, I trust them with my kids.
I heard you say
All
that
right. My
too.
final thought is I would not
you.
trust Ted with my kids, and I
No.
recommend that you wouldn't.
And I'm not sure.
What about
he's straight
Lyle
My
either,
and my
so that
boys are
makes
both.
sense.
My boys are both adults.
What about Lyle Menendez? Would you trust them with your kids?
Well, one of my kids' name is Lyle, so
Both my kids are bigger than Ted
Yes.
and adults, and I
Eric-
still don't trust Ted to
Eric
be around
Eric
them.
Menendez is our new au pair.
I'm glad I didn't name my
Holy
oldest Eric.
shit.
I'm glad I didn't name my oldest Eric. That would have been weird
Oh, that would have been really weird.
because I didn't know I didn't know their fucking names. The Menendez brothers. I didn't know their first names.
Oh my god, dude, that would have been really fucking weird. Okay, my last thought is this: I know everybody. They saw videos of JD Vance being brushed off by Pope Leo. Just recently when he went to go talk to him, And I know everyone is saying that it's because Leo doesn't like Trump, and that's why he did that. But we all know that J.D. Vance killed Pope Francis. We know that, okay? We talked a couple weeks ago about this, that when you talk to J.D. Vance long enough, he destroys your will to live. And Pope Leo knew this, and he didn't want to accidentally do this and then all of a sudden just decide. I mean, he just became Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And he has a will to live right now.
and he has the will to live, right? He's special. So he's just like, if I
He wants
talk
to hold on to that.
right. If you talk to him for too long, and honestly, I think that's why Trump doesn't talk to him at all, because he knows that J.D. Vance will destroy your will to live. That's what happened. I truly believe that. All right. Listen, everybody keep listening. We are so pumped that last week was one of our highest listened to shows ever. So thank you to Scott Phillips and to my nephew Steven. And listen, hey, keep listening. Tell people, like us, 12 stars, all that kind of bullshit. And we're having a blast doing it, and we will see everybody next week.